Hey you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back to a December daily video. In this video, I'm working on days 14 through 16. So I've got some simple stories to tell, and I love when, I don't want to say that they're simple, but I love when it comes together really quickly. You know, you've got your words and your photos, add a little bit of embellishment, and you're good to go, because really that's all this project needs to be. Of course, I really love being able to play with product and having a lot of fun. That's part of the thing I really love about this. You know, that's different from Week in the Life, where I'm just trying to get the photos and words in and not thinking so much about the embellishments. I really love that about December Daily, just giving me a chance to really play. All right, so you see me do this a few times in December Daily now, and actually I've done this quite a few times in Project Life, but not as much lately since I've been using my handwriting. But off camera, I just went ahead and wrote my journaling in Photoshop. Of course, you could do this in Word, and I just made sure to measure the space that I needed. I went ahead and printed it with a box around it, so that way I could stick the card right on top, and then I put the paper through again. My suggestion, if you're going to do that, is to make sure that you put your settings right. You want to say that it's thicker paper, and also you want to make sure that you're feeding it through the machine correctly, so it doesn't print upside down or something like that. So you may want to do a test print and like mark the top so you know you're putting it in correctly. I've definitely done that wrong and ruined a card or two before. So yeah, just something to remember. So I grabbed over that chipboard set, and this one says the story of today. And so there was some space up above, so I just went ahead and used those Paislee press letter stickers and put it right on the top. I love that those letter stickers are small and that there's a ton. So you have the ability to you can use them a lot. I wanted to add one more embellishment. I really wanted maybe like a pop of color because there was so much green. And so I'm looking at this December Memories, which I really like, but I really like this chipboard also because I wanted to use it like a banner, like it was intended to, but if I put it on the right side, it would be right on top of the letter, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it kind of offset. So you'll see here in a minute, yeah, I decide to move on, but eventually I do end up cutting it off. But I just didn't want to cut it off if I wasn't definitely going to use it, because I liked it a lot. I definitely like this Hello Story chipboard as well. And I go back and forth a little bit on that too, trying to decide if I want to use it, because of course I'm thinking maybe there'll be another story to use it on, and then I'm reminding myself, nope, remember we're using our supplies. So I still have to keep reminding myself of that as well. So this is another story. I haven't told you what these stories are about, but this story is about my daughter, and it's basically a letter to these kids. I don't even know if it's a letter, but I'm just writing some journaling to these kids, and I call them the seniors, and I adore them, and I love that they come to my house and eat my food and hang out. So they were here on Friday all day, and I loved it, working on some stats project. But that's basically what it was. My journaling is about, is just loving these kids and getting kind of sad, and that they're going to be graduating in May. Like, I'm really going to miss having their energy in our house. So I'm, hoping that my younger two will step up and bring their friends over as well. So you can see that I am pulling out some numbers and trying to decide what I want to do, and also looking for maybe a card that I can use or some pattern paper. You can see that I'm pulling out the red star, like I'm second guessing maybe using that Hello Story, but I definitely wanted a pop of red. And then I feel like I need another pop of red on this day, just because that pattern paper or that card that I had is very pale. There's just not a ton of color going on. Even though I'm using a color photo, it's still kind of muted. So I wanted another bit of red. You can see that I had a chipboard that the writing was red, and so I kept kind of going back to that because it had a little bit more red in it. But ultimately, I don't decide to use that, even though I think it's pretty cute that it's kind of resting on that the number's kind of resting on it. I do go ahead and use the Hello Story. Like I said, I kind of reminded myself, use the stuff that you love. And I brought over this little star. I thought that, you know, kind of sitting in the number could be playful. I was messing around with that a little bit as well and seeing if maybe I would put it on the card somewhere else. But ultimately, I do like it in the center of that 5. I just think it's kind of fun. And you see that I did go ahead and decide to do the Hello Story chipboard. So I just cut off the edge. And one thing that I will note, when I have a border on my photo, so you can see that I have a white border around that photo, I tend to put the embellishments against the photo instead of the edge of the photo paper. And I do that because, I don't know, when I've done it the other way, it kind of bothers me. And so you can see even this 14 chipboard that I have it aligned with the actual photo instead of the photo paper. So hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. I also decided to do the December memories. So I just cut off the banner on the one end because I wanted to put it on the left side because I thought the right side was pretty heavy with that big chipboard piece that I thought that it needed a little bit something in on the left side, which is why I went ahead and did that. All right, you guys, I am done then with 14 and 15. Like I said, loved how it came together so quickly. So now I'm moving on to day 16, and this is going to be all about my Christmas card. So I did have every intention of doing some journaling, and not necessarily about Christmas cards, because I've written about that before in other December dailies, but this one I wanted to really talk about why I chose that photo. But as I was working on this, it was nearing the end of the day, and there were 2 ways I was thinking of doing it. I was either thinking of adding a tag and just, you know, having the number there on that tag and then doing some journaling on the back, or sandwiching 2 cards together and then doing a pull-out journaling. I decided not to do both just because of the time that I had in front of me. I guess it's something that I could potentially go back and do, but I just decided to let the card speak for itself this year, and really glad to get it in my book on day 16. So the last thing that I'm going to do is add a tab to it that says Be Merry. I was thinking about placing it right over my head, but on the other side, the photo of my husband and I would totally be cut off. So I decided to put it in the middle. So I guess it's mostly there for design and not necessarily function. Anyway, you guys, that is my days 14 through 16. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. All right, you guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.